Oh, Moo. What are we going to do with you? Okay, what do we actually need to do? I think we need to go back to Lockman. I guess you did know about the assassin. New Mont Faucon. And where I needed to head. God, you forget so much in a couple of days, don't you? Oh, it's a place on them. Oh, uh-oh. We need that tripod. I wonder if Andre has found his way to Nico's place.
Hello, Georges.
Maybe not.
Oh,
Andre.
by the way, I had a visit from Andre Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Well, that's impressive.
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
That's true. I think we're done. Should we try and take a blood pressure?
That is not a good idea.
Oh, come on, the American charm. Surely you can stick a pump on a woman's arm. Right, let's go.
I'd better get back to the quest.
So, Andre has something for us. Do we ever need to go back to the cafe? It's all boarded up, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, bonjour.
Excuse me, officer. Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Is any of that true? Were the Templar actually hanged in the 13th century? If we can get him to bugger off, we still have our drain stick.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Or do we need some overalls
In
and Hitman
French,
style it?
English, and German it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine.
Is that real? I mean, I've no reason to not think it real, but...
I didn't have time to sit around. A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies,
Oh,
the
George.
flabby flesh of the old men. That
Calm down.
wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
What? What? I don't know why you just got so excited. Still thinking about those young ladies' bottoms, I guess. Right, we need to look at Thingy Thing the Thing.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
He's not looking very hard, is he?
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
We're going to Spain.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Is that something that Nico has?
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
Okay, interesting. We need to find the little cross thing.
Somehow, it looked more modern than its neighbor. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
I want to know what that is.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain.
So we need a thing. We need a thing. That's pretty much how this game goes. We need a thing. Can we read that? No. No. What's at the other part of the street? Same thing, okay. There has to be a way to get this guy to go.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern.
Assassin, yeah, makes sense.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician.
Have you seen this man before?
No, who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh,
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
You want to shake my hand?
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
So we know what we need to do with that.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
He does like to crawl around in drains, does old George. Okay. Museum.
Hi,
knows
Andre.
where the gem.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
This guy's full of useful information.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
I'm not quite sure that's how it happened.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Oh. Touched a nerve,
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They are
remember
probably
that.
long dead.
But they have premises? Shake my
I'd like
hand.
to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Oh, come on.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Right, so there's a couple of things that we know in the museum. We know we need that tripod. We know the gorilla and the weasel are going to try and steal it. And we know we need to get rid of that guard. But right now, I don't
Pardon
know
me.
how.
Oui, monsieur?
And certainly not while Andre's there.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Thanks for your help.
We've done all those options before. Now, haha. Spain has opened up. I think that's where we go next. There's nothing to do at the cafe. There's nothing I can do at Montfaucon. Check in with Nico and then go to Spain, I guess.
Hello, George.
Is there something going on between you and Labano?
What business
question
is
I was
it of
wanting.
yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but
So get off my case.
Well played, George. Well
I'd better get back to the
played.
quest.
So she's going to have nothing for us, even though we have all this new information. So, crack open that credit card, George. We're going to Spain. A few hours later. The sprinkler system. I remember the sprinkler system. It's a guy with a hose. Maybe I don't remember it then. He just walked through the water.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the de Vasconcellos' house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
So let me speak to the Countess.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Maybe.
Yeah. That's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous. May I see it?
No. I mean, no, I have to deliver it to her in person.
The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud. Why'd you lead me on then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
Shake my hand.
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
I get someone.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
I know what we need the blood pressure machine for.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Can we get in the house?
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. I won't do that. I'll do this instead.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Fine. I won't go into the house. My question is, do we take this back? No. Right. I have a cunning plan. That is a nice little veranda. I miss my balcony. What a lovely garden you have, senor. I'm just going to go and look in your weird little temple-y place. Outbuilding. We'll call it an outbuilding.
Rats. It's locked. The door was a handsome piece of work, in keeping with the ornateness of the rest of the building. There was a statue of a guy on top of the building. He looked like a knight with a spear and some sort of staff. I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
I think that's fair, George. I don't think you'd fare well. Right, so we need to get in there. We need to talk to the Countess. Senor Gardner. Do we think they have dogs? They have dogs.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
How did that even work?
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there. It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Hello, my
Madre
dear.
Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
That was quick.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
You should.
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
We will show her the
I know
journey.
your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early
smart.
medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
No.
Okay. Gems aren't a girl's best friend.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up,
Okay,
the modern
face.
piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But my lady, never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Lopez stalking around.
Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
He's a bit of an idiot, isn't he, George?
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Let's look at the iconography.
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey!
Chessboard.
It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
And there's holes?
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
So what I think we need to do is light that candle. We need to close that window.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. May I ask you something?
You may ask.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now.
How do we know about the curse?
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
I just got that. I was going along a different line. I was thinking of Mary Magdalena, like in Da Vinci Code. Oh, George.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
I think we need to put chess
The
pieces
gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?